Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Mohammad SAJJAD Rahman, and I am excited to share my insight. I am also Alpha MLSA, and this is the first very session with Dev Change Maker. Thank you, Dev Change Maker, for creating this amazing platform. And now let's talk about in more. Again, welcome. If for those who came here for ignoring your sleep and to learn with us and enjoy the Dev Friday. Today's agenda. In this going to this presentation, I will cover the web history, client server, URLs and DNS, web version, Python Django, and a Python uh, Django. Let's start about web history. Uh, we all know about the website, but here we back into the some old. The Tim Berners-Lee, the man who first created HTML in 1991, and everything today's world we can see through the web or web application. Um, Through the 1992 to 2023, there are so many regulations we can see. We will also later in my upcoming slide. Okay. Before we moving on, we also know about the thing that how actually internet work. There are we all are familiar with about server, how server work. Server, it can be our computer or any dedicated computer. We also uh, compare it a place dedicated place store where we it's all uh, run, and we can request anything to the server and server return us. Look at the example a client. For example, it can be we request something like www.google.com, which go to the server, and server search through the DNS and URLs and find give the response that we can see a static web page in our computer. DNS and URLs. The two terms are DNS domain name system and URLs uniform resource locator. Basically, DNS is can be compared to our phone book. In our phone book, we have a unique number for all contact name, but we cannot remember all the number individually. Rather than we can save there a name. And what does the domain name systems work here? DNS convert the IP address into a human readable name. For example, um, Google has an IP address is 4 digit, but we cannot see it. Web 1. Web 1.0 is an static and user less friendly, only read. Um, Compared to this world, it's not like that. There is some click option and no runtime update, and there is no interaction between user and the front end. Web 2. Currently, we are staying in Web 2. Also, last few years, there is a vibe hype that the Web 3 is coming. Okay, before moving on Web 3, we talk about Web 2.0. Uh, in the Web 2, that is, user can generate content, user can readability, and read and write. Like the example of Web 2 is Google, Facebook, Twitter. We can also say Google. It's dynamically a huge update that we can see every website is in Web 2. Okay. Web 3, that is the new word, and uh, like in Web 2, data is maintained by someone. For example, if we took as an example is Facebook. Facebook is maintained by all data are stored by Meta. There is a personalized and no use of mandatory. There is also a term like decentralized. That means that no one can uh, keep or handle the user's data. For example, blockchain and AI. Now I want to make today's my main thing is Django. What is Django actually? It's nothing. It's all about a Python framework. What is a framework? A framework has some sort of user building function that user cannot do everything from the sketch. The common things always we need to do. The programmers made our life easy. We just use this framework for this advantage. We also write the things that we also need it. So why I chose Django? Okay, as I am planning to learn my skill on machine learning. So ML code are basically most of the code are doing by Python, and Python isn't famous for this. That's why I am planning that the I am also learning code and ML for Python. Why I am web with other language like HTML, React, and so on. So that's why I am staying with Python. That's why pick up Django compared to other than. And there are also uh, other thing that dry don't run yourself and CRUD operation. Basically, CRUD operation means that create, update, read. These things also we can easily do. As I also earlier said that machine learning model deploy is primary goal, and other thing is that uh, Django follow MBT model view template model. You are thinking about the model that provide data from the database. In Django, data is delivered in object relational mapping, and which technique designed to make it easier with database. So when we create our Django project, we can see that there is a specific file name model.py and view. By name, we can see that this will help us to visualize something. Yes, if you are thinking that, you are not wrong. Um, in the all the views are related views.py, And template is nothing else. There we can store any text file or any HTML file which also looks like our view page. Okay, so before we create an requirement, install the Django project requirement these things, and we also run in server. And okay, so we back in our command prompt line. Here we can see that there is no project. So first of all, I am check that. Okay, I change git bash command. I also love to use this bash, and here I will check at first my py dot slash version. Yeah, I can see that there is 3 point. Latest one is update. Okay, first of all, what I have to do now, I have to create an virtual environment. Nothing else, just some very basic command line we can help. Uh, we can see in our left part that there is no folder. After I click it, I can see that there is an a virtual environment. It takes some time to create. Wait for a more, and after it's initialized, we can see there is some inside the part include library script is all are built in, but here is one thing we must activate. Our virtual environment is created done, but it is not activate yet. So we have to activate like source dot vnv slash here we go, it's basically slash script scripts, and if we say activate, yeah, if we say dot vnv, then the script is virtual vnv activated. If we just uh, want to deactive, just simply paste deactive. As I am not going to deactivate it, so I do not use it. And what I have to do now, I have to install Django right now. Okay, so py for means Python m install Django here. Okay, it's take also few minutes to create Django. And okay, we can see that there are some files are loading. uh, uh, we see that we must be update it, so we simply update it. Also we can run this line, copy paste, or we can install. Okay, we just copy this line here. Okay, if you can notice that there is .vnb, which means virtual environment is active. Okay, now let's create a project. Django admin start project into Friday. Okay, yeah, okay. So we created the Friday. Here we can do not look also inside there is a Friday. Okay. What I have to do now? If I okay, I just simply run a command. Let's see what happened. Is there anything wrong or not? Py manage which also manage our everything manage run server. Okay, it cannot see that the file is directory because we are currently here top layer. We must inside go to the devfriday. Yes, and if we run this, it took some minute, few seconds to create. Yeah, it create and db SQLite, which also store all database related thing. Manage.py, we can do anything over there. This is right now. This is managed by Python Django framework. There is a link created. If we follow the link, okay, I am going to following the link here. It says that uh, okay, we can wait some few minutes that we see our uh, Django is still successful. We can see a Django server here, but no code. Okay, well, if we see that our query is running, we can press Ctrl C to stop it and go to the our. Now let's talk about the project structure of Dear Friday. Here we can see that PyCatch is basically catching file related initialize where project initialize URLs. All URLs are assigned here. Like after a few minutes later, we will work here. Before we that, as we earlier say, if you can remember that our project is called model view and template. So the things I need here, model is there, but there is no I can see model.py. Don't worry, consider this all are model, but there is no views file. So I create an views.py. Here I can put easily some things like first of all I am import something from the Django HTTP method. Import HTTP response and create a function like homepage